So let me give you a quick introduction. We have Mr. Deepak Kumar Khaitan, who will be speaking to us on entrepreneurship, on his journey as an entrepreneur. So a quick introduction. He is the fellow member of the Institute of Company Secretaries of India. He started his career as a company secretary in practice in the year 2003, and he has been in continuous practice since the past 12 years. He is consulting and advising a client base of diversified nature. Well, Mr. Deepak, he was the chairman of Eastern India Regional Council of ICSI. He is a certified mentor from London Business School, Goldman Sachs, and National Entrepreneurship Network, that is NEN. So, well, he definitely has all of the qualifications, and he's going to give you a very interesting and inspiring talk on his journey, his struggles, and his life. And I hope that inspires all of you here, budding, business people. So let me then please call on stage Mr. Deepak Kumar Khaitan. Ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys, please give him a huge round of applause. And the stage is yours for now.
A very good morning to all of you. Thanks to NASSCOM. Special thanks to Atul for considering me worthy to be here with you. The topic which I've been given to address the budding entrepreneurs who are now at student stage is the journey of an entrepreneur. How to begin this? When I started, I don't manufacture a product. I manufacture advice. I manufacture consultation. In 2000, I qualified my graduation. In 2002, I became a professor of law in St. Xavier's, and I had already started my practice in law. And it was at that point of time when St. Xavier's started going the process of autonomy, and when father went to Delhi, he was asked, does your college have an entrepreneurship cell? And in 2000, in Calcutta, nobody knew about entrepreneurship cell. So during my interaction and my getting up with the subject, my growing up with the subject, I came to learn something called startup. So in 2002, when I was myself a startup, without knowing what a startup is all about actually, how you define that, I started telling people, students, about startup. And the feedback was, because my designation was practicing company secretary, right? So when I was told to go and meet some friends of my father, as if they would give me some business, तो बेटा क्या कर रहे हो? अंकल प्रैक्टिस कर रहे हैं. प्रैक्टिस ही कर रहे हो, अभी तक तुम्हारा कुछ हुआ नहीं. So that was the journey of an entrepreneur, if I call myself one of that, even though there are much more idols of entrepreneurship world in very high pedestals. I am just, जिसको बोलते हैं कि मट्टी की एक धूल का एक कण है in this world of entrepreneurship education. So why I wanted to tell you this is that in 2000, today we are in 2016, I started talking about startup, and students, ये तो मैंने professionals का बताया आपको, and my students, my colleagues, they said, sir अपना start किए हैं, इसलिए सबको startup बना रहे हैं. अब 2016 में, this is the buzzword. 2012, 13, 14, 15, 16, ये जो last 5 years में हमने देखा है, businessmen started calling themselves as entrepreneurs. Now, new entrepreneurs want to call them as startups. So this is the journey of entrepreneur, minded, पूरा राम का बनवास है. 2002 से 2016, 14 साल की जर्नी है. It is nothing less than a बनवास. That after 14 years, people realize what startup is in the entrepreneurship education sector, right? So if you want to start up as an entrepreneur, this is the patience and perseverance with which your journey has to start. And as the young students, if I have to address you on a journey of an entrepreneur, because you are so fast now, and because we are talking at a place which is all linked to technology, we are speaking at that forum where IT is the enabler. There I am telling you that the journey is so long. That perseverance is the first point of journey of an entrepreneur. How many of you have ever, gone back homes, seen your parents attending office right from morning to beginning, and ever thought that, you could do something different? Have you ever thought? Have you ever thought that why our father, why our grandfather, after 30 years, 40 years serving in an organization, in a high position, with full sense of responsibility, knowing that industry, 30 years, 25 years you work in an industry, you know the ins and out. कहाँ से सामान खरीदना है, कहाँ बनाना है, कहाँ बेचना है, कौन इंटरमीडियरी है, क्या मार्केटिंग चैनल है, there is nothing which is hidden, क्या pricing है. But even after 25 years, our seniors, our parents are not able to start that same industry. Could you ever think on that? That why my father struggled 25 years and after 25 years, he didn't start something on his own. In that same place, in that same line of business which he had dealt with. The mistake is not his. And neither we are here to criticize that what my parents did not do. We are here as children of our families to take forward the assignments which are pending in an organizations. So if my father has left some task, it is now my duty to complete that. I take it that way, not to criticize that he didn't do it. So I'm trying to find out what mistakes happened in his life. So what mistakes happened is that they felt a huge sense of insecurity. So if you go back to our grandfather's age, he has seen in his life, banks become bankrupt. So whenever I spoke to my grandfather, he used to say, आज़ादी के समय में हमारे बैंक में इतना पैसा था, सब पैसा चला गया, क्यों बैंक डूब गई. He could probably never come out of that. So when you speak to then our father, so if I go to my father, we lost all our businesses. So when we lost all our businesses, it was also a time when he used to walk down all the way from, Shivpur to Kamak Street. Walk down because he didn't have a single penny to even board the bus. So this is not only my story. This is, stories in many houses of the country. If parents have gone through that phase in their lives, most of them would think कि भाई चलो अपना काम जैसे तैसे निकल गया, now my son or my daughter should be secured. तो इसको इंश्योर करो कि कैसे भी पढ़ लिख ले और ये बढ़िया काम धंधा से लग जाए. So in last 30 years, if I try to introspect that why entrepreneurship could not come up as such and encouraged in a structured and a documented way, the reason is all the parents probably had a desire that their child should grow big, but they couldn't come out of their shell that, it is so easy because they have seen the tough times. So they felt a job is a secured job, a high-placed job. Of advice which we give to them, they would not hesitate in giving that policy to me or getting it done through me. So through my network, could I sell X number of policies till date if I would be selling that? Answer is yes. Would I make money in doing that? Answer is yes. Would it be a very good idea? Answer is yes. Did I not have the desire to do that? Answer is no. I had full desire. Could I do it? Answer is no. Because for me it was not the right opportunity. मैं किसी को बोल ही नहीं पाता हूँ. Because they come to me for a high-end advice. आप सोचो अभी आप लीगल बाईपास करवाने के लिए आए हो, जैसे शरीर का बाईपास होता है, तो मैं लीगल बाईपास उसका कर दिया. अब बाईपास करके जाते समय बोल रहा हूँ भाई साहब एक ये देख लीजिएगा क्या कर सकते हैं. पूरा प्रेस्टीज खराब हो जाएगा बस. He would not give me that respect which he is giving me. And out of that fear, I could not even tell a single person till date कि भाई साहब एक पॉलिसी ले लो. Are you getting my point? But that same friend of mine is doing very well. Only selling insurance till date. उनका क्या क्या राउंड टेबल होता है, यूएस घुमाने ले जाते हैं, वो साल में हर बार जाता है, वो $1 million स्कीम होता है. 3 cars he is having, good bungalow he is having. कहाँ प्रॉब्लम है? So insurance was a very good idea, but not an opportunity for me and an opportunity for him. So from what, we move to whom. Okay? And then it becomes model. अभी जब तक आप इंडिविजुअल में तब तक तो ओके हैं. But my one of the questions to you was that I need a co-founder. One of the points to you was that we are looking for people who are equally talented, who can take up this responsibility. Employees have to be entrepreneurial, who can take this challenge. There comes model. Let's say very simple example. All of you now these days see Uber and Ola, right? So you have also seen traditional car rental cabs, say Meru and others. Or if you remember your good old days when your family did not have a car and you had to go on a marriage occasion, then your father will call up a travel agent, or even for going to airport. So we will call a travel agent, make sure that a car is booked. Those days have not gone very far, right? Just 2 years before, that scenario remained. So the person who decides that I will do a car rental business, say in the old Meru pattern or the old traditional pattern, that is one idea. And Uber also decides that I will do car rental business. Both are ideas, both are good opportunities for both different people. What is the difference in the model of Uber and the traditional? So the moment you decide that I will do a traditional car rental company method, you at least need to buy 100 cars and then 100 drivers. और अगर आपका गाड़ी का मैनेजमेंट सही नहीं है बिजनेस का, तो पीकू याद है ना, आप खुद मैनेज करते करते कस्टमर की गाड़ी लेके चले जाएंगे, शादी हो जाएगी, परिवार बन जाएगा, बिजनेस गया भाड़ में. ये सेमिनार यहीं का यहीं रह जाएगा. सो दैट इज ट्रेडिशनल कार रेंटल मॉडल, राइट? तो वो 100 गाड़ी के लिए 100 गाड़ी का पैसा भी चाहिए, मार्जिन मनी, क्लियर? बट व्हाट डज उबेर से? I want to do a car rental business, but I don't want to buy 100 cars. I will just link up the suppliers and the people who want to avail that service. Clear? So both are the same idea, car rental. The business opportunity is same for both, car rental. But model is how you do it. So the first was what, second is whom, third is how. So how you do it will change the entire pattern of your business. And this how is most important for the generation which is listening to me right now. Because every day, if you look at 10 years back, somebody established a business, he could, see a sense of security of set pattern of moving that business for next 5 years. Today and tomorrow, that is no more a reality. You said something today, tomorrow morning you may have to take a call, how you will change it. So this how, which was more or less a permanent method, when Ambassador came, when the first telephone came, when our color televisions came, they were more or less a permanent method. कि एक बार ये सिस्टम डाल दिए हैं, नेक्स्ट काफ़ी सालों तक ऐसा ही चलेगा. और लोग 7 पीढ़ी के लिए बिजनेस लगाते थे. भाई जी, हम लोग के मारवाड़ी में कहते हैं भाई जी यो धंधो कर लो, 7 पीढ़ी खासी. मतलब आप मर के भूत पिशाच भी हो जाएंगे तो भी आप देख पाएंगे कि आपकी जो 7th जनरेशन है वो खा रही है, वो डिज़ायर जा नहीं रही है, क्योंकि उनको विश्वास है कि हम इतना एक परमानेंट स्ट्रक्चर क्रिएट कर सकते हैं और हाउ को लेके टेंशन नहीं है. बट टुडेज हाउ इज वेरी डिफरेंट. सो एवरी डे यू टू कीप इवॉल्विंग, राइट, हाउ यू विल डू इट. अभी यहाँ तक भी आप कर लिए, दैट आई हैव डिसाइडेड हाउ. द फोर्थ विल बी व्हाई डू अ बिजनेस प्लान. इस पूरे हाउ को अगर पेन एंड पेपर में डालते हैं तो इट बिकम्स फायदा किसका. सो आंसर इज फॉर whom, WHOM. The business plan में आते हैं कि भाई साहब, now I have to scale this up. And if I scale this up, then the money, the value which will be generated will give some reward to a person called, starts with I, investor, right? So plan is actually not for me, if you honestly ask me. Plan is I'm trying to document who is doing, what is being done, who is doing, how he is doing, how includes various milestones also. which investors will ask you, right? And for whom he is doing. Because the plan will reveal that how the growth will take place. Plan will reveal what is the kind of sharing which will happen. Plan will reveal what will be the IRR. Plan will reveal what are the milestones. It may not be necessary that you have to close it to the IPO level only. Possibly the research is so longer, or the market study or the prototype running is even so longer that, okay, fine, this plan is for next 5 years, then we will redo, and in next 5 years I can't see the IPO. So plan may not necessarily end at an IPO. That's an ideal journey, right? So when you next time start writing a business plan, don't just Google and find out thousands of templates and look at headings there and start working on your headings. Please, my humble suggestion, if I have made some sense on what I have told right now, is start from what your idea is, recheck, double check, 10 times check, 100 times check whether it is an opportunity for you or not, and then can you convert that opportunity, represent that by way of a model. Model bhi aa gaya. Can you scale that up and convert it into a plan? If you can't scale that up and convert it into a plan, you may be doing a very good business, you may be a very good entrepreneur, but funding may not happen. So suppose, in so many campuses which we go, sometimes students come up, one student came up to me last, he makes, idli very wonderfully. So there is some speciality which he has in making it, and he puts all kinds of, things in the idli. वो दाल का दाना डालता है, मेथी का पत्ती डालता है, and he makes it very different. So he has a plan that he will open up a idli shop, a South Indian shop which will sell only idlis. Passionately उसने बना लिया ऐसा plan, right? And quality and everything very good. अभी आप assume कर लो कि दिन में वो 1 लाख इडली भी अगर बेच लेगा, will he get investment? Idea is very good. Opportunity उसके लिए perfect है because he has the skills of making that. He will not be depending on somebody, and he may use his skill to teach people to make that, and then it will become replicable. Model is also okay. Can it be scalable? Answer is no. Unless it decides that, sir, my phase is that in first 10 days or first 6 months I will have shops in this one place of the city. Next 6 months I am expanding to East India. Next 6 months I am expanding to West. Next 6 months to North. And then it is becoming a global retail chain. And then there is a home delivery. And then there is an app on which you just click and you get in 10 minutes, like 30 minutes pizza. If you don't get in that time, you get money refund. Things like that. So if we cannot present scalability in 1 year, 6 months, 2 years, whatever be that ideal time frame, then the funding will not happen. He will remain a small entrepreneur. Why this is important for each one of you is because earlier the time was what? Earlier the time was, भाई साहब जितना resources है आप उतना ही सोचिए. एक हमारे हिंदी में कहावत है कि जितनी आपकी लुंगी है उतना ही पाँव फैलाइए, नहीं तो लुंगी फट जाएगी, है ना. उसको चादर से भी लोग संबोधित करते हैं, जिसकी जितनी चादर हो उतना ही पाँव फैलाए, नहीं तो चादर से पाँव बाहर आ जाएगी. तो पहले ये कॉन्सेप्ट था. तो आपके पास अगर 5 लाख है तो आप 5 लाख का ही सोचो, बड़ा मत सोचो, और उसी में सोचो क्या कर रहा है. वाई? बिकॉज हम सब जानते हैं बैंक हमको लोन नहीं देगी, और अगर हम फेल हो जाएंगे तो हमको गधे पर बैठा कर घुमाया जाएगा. इंडिया में बैंक्रप्सी लॉ प्रॉपर नहीं है, राइट. नाउ व्हाट इज द कॉन्सेप्ट? Now the concept is that if you think small, if you start small, then if you don't have scalability, you will remain small, and it is very difficult for the investor to fund to you. The reason is the investor is sitting on pots of money, and he has made a ticket size for himself. कि भाई हम for example 50 लाख से नीचे के business में जाएंगे ही नहीं, because he has to, अगर उसको 50 लाख into 10 का भी kit है उसका, तो he cannot deal with more than 10 people in a day by default. His mind gets preoccupied. अभी आप उसको जाकर अगर ये बोलें कि सर हमको 10 लाख ही चाहिए, he cannot put that 10 lakhs in you because he has made a ticket size for himself, which is 50 lakhs. So now the thing is different. Now you have to, if your plan is scalable, if your plan is big, It is easy for you to get an investor. It is easy for you to get the money, rather than if your plan is small, if your plan is, at a micro level. So this is what I wanted to share with you before going into some more examples. Okay, the time is getting up. 10 minutes. Okay, I'll finish it. Now, the first problem which all of you will generally have is about thinking. अपने घर में कभी आप ऐसे टहलिए, रूम बंद करके, अभी आप कभी घर में ऐसे बोले कि हम सोच रहे हैं, हमको डिस्टर्ब मत करो, एक तो ये आपसे होगा ही नहीं. क्यों नहीं होगा? क्योंकि आपका फोन आपके हाथ में है, वो आपसे ज्यादा स्मार्ट है, उसका नाम ये स्मार्टफोन. डल मैन स्मार्टफोन, बेवकूफ मैन स्मार्टफोन. क्यों? फोन काम कर रहा है, ही इज डूइंग द थिंकिंग फॉर यू. तो आपको सोचने नहीं दे रहे हैं. एक तो ये होगा ही नहीं, पर किसी दिन अगर आप ट्राई भी करें, आप थिंकिंग स्टार्ट करें, तो कितना ईजी है. आज अगर आप घर में बोलें कल सुबह से उठ के कि भाई मेरे 15 मिनट्स का शेड्यूल है, सुबह 7:15 से लेकर 7:15 तक या 7:30 तक कोई हमको डिस्टर्ब नहीं करे. क्यों? हम सोचने का समय है हमारा. लोग क्या कहेंगे? ये क्या हो गया है? पागल हो गया. सो इट इज वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू एक्चुअली स्टार्ट थिंकिंग, राइट? पर आप मेरे को एक बात बताएंगे कि संसार में किसकी पूजा होती है? जो लोग रैशनल हैं या जो लोग इरैशनल हैं? इसका जेएनयू से और जीयू से कोई संपर्क नहीं है. इस संसार में किसकी पूजा होगी? Who are the figures which will be worshipped in this world? Who will become idols? Think about it. Those who are rational or those who are irrational? How many for rational? How many for irrational? See, majority is can't say. Entrepreneurs are all irrational. They defy logic. At a plan level, sometimes logic comes, but at all other levels, logic doesn't come. They are very, very irrational people. तो आप सबसे पहले डिसाइड करिए if the topic